All right, everyone, this is the update for yesterday, March the 25th. Now, if you watched the 24th update, I promised you at the end, and I'm going to be back in a few hours filming the 25th one because I was behind on the 24th. Anyway, so didn't get around to doing that, and here's why. I think I mentioned in the 24th update that I didn't get enough sleep the night before, and I was quite literally halfway through making my note sheet of topics that I was going to address in this video. And then I yawned and was like, I'm going to lay down for a couple of minutes. 6 o'clock in the morning, and it's time to get ready for work. And so that's what happened to my doing the 25th update actually on the 25th. So actually had the whole day of the 25th off. That's why I posted the 24th at like noon. And so so I obviously had some time, but one thing that I'm going to mention, like, as a matter of fact, the most important thing in this entire day's update actually refers to something that happened back on the 24th. And I just got so caught up with talking about middle schools and explaining my whole school situation that I didn't get into this particular topic. So if you've been following these videos since I started making them on the 27th of December, you'll know that I've essentially been, or I mentioned in almost every update throughout January and February, this whole mission that Mom and I were on to essentially get Dad out of an assisted living place. And basically what this was contingent on was that Mom had an accident. She basically slipped and fell in the kitchen. Well, on the 23rd of September. And basically fractured her hip. And, well, fractured her pelvis, but... and they tried to repair it. That failed. They tried to repair it again. That failed. Then it took a time for her to, get in for a actual replacement. But she found someone who would do it. They even moved up the date. So that, and the goal is that, and she needed to do this so that she could take care of Dad and be Dad's at-home caretaker like she had been for years before this accident. And that was our focus throughout January and February. All right. And so on the 24th, this last Tuesday, Mom went in for her update regarding this surgery. And it was extraordinarily positive. Yes. This was the news that we wanted. This was the news that we've been waiting for basically since October. All right. And we got that news on Tuesday. Mom is going to be making a full recovery from this. And so the doctor says that on, basically, they're going to be, lighten her load restrictions or weight restrictions gradually over the next couple of weeks. And on April the 17th, no restrictions. Yeah. Again, this is something that's been going on since the 23rd of September. And we got the news that we wanted. It took quite literally half a year that she's been going through this crap. But yeah. Awesome. What that also means is that April 17th would have been the day. I believe it's a Thursday. It's a weekday. All that time, pretty much all of those updates in like January and February, I mentioned, get Dad home. Get Dad home. Get him out of that assisted living place. Get him home. April 17th would have been the day. We know now. We were so close. Anyway, so I had the day off, and obviously filmed the video for the 24th, and then did kind of the same type of things that I do during my off time on all the other days. Went to the gym, and went to the tanning place. Yes, I do. And let's see. Oh, and was able to accomplish one more amazing thing before falling asleep early. By the way, remember when, like, crashing meant like falling asleep, like what I'm telling you I did last night? Just, I crashed. Now, what do they call it when you just randomly fall asleep? Is that still crashing? Because, like, crashing out is getting pissed off. And, like, going on a pissed off angry rant. So is just falling asleep still crashing without the out? Or would kids not understand when I say I crashed last night? Would they think that I was throwing stuff around the room and I was in a rage? Anyway, just wondering about that. Let's see. So, anyway, so I did one more thing, and accomplished. And what that one thing is mopping part of my upstairs kitchen, or upstairs bathroom floor. A couple of days ago, I did an update where I was cleaning a bathroom. Basically, I yanked up the little carpet mat thing that I have in there and moved everything out of there and mopped that floor. Did that last night. And so, adulting is fun, kids. Keep watching, your online stuff and talking about crash outs and whatnot, because it's a lot more fun than mopping floors. Just saying. All right. Anyway, let's see. Speaking of online stuff, I did, because I can do this, like, as a multitasking thing, kind of going on the background while I'm, like, mopping the floor. Again, posted a few more, short clips from these other updates. And honestly, filming these long-form kind of updates are the way that I want to continue doing this, because, honestly, the majority of the people that are going to be watching this, at least all the way to the end, are people that I personally know. Because, I mean, watching a stranger rant on the internet for 10 minutes, if you do, is this the side my heart is on? I love you. But, and I appreciate your following along on this story. But, I totally understand that most of the folks that are watching this probably know me in person. And, and so doing, like, these long-form updates, kind of the way that I want to do this. But, that being said, starting to go back there, and I'm basically through these long-form updates and kind of clipping out the little, the more interesting sections, and interesting is a relative term, of course, and kind of republishing those parts as shorts. A lot of times this is stuff that gets like, some little like one-liner or some little story that's like 8 minutes into the original update that, and so just putting those out separate. And, that, honestly, that seems to be the way that what the world pays attention to. I, just made a silly offhanded comment in one of them that I just clipped as a excerpt a few days ago about dude coming in like at like 10:30 for a money order. Don't you know when your rent is due? Anyway, I think more people have seen that than all the long form videos combined. Anyway, have a great rest of your day. Thanks for joining me all the way to the end, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Ciao for now.